3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another chilly morning here in the capital. I'm Yolanda Nile. I am heading to Joe's Beerhouse in a bit, so do stay tuned for today's interview. We will now quickly be heading over to our website for some news. The Health Ministry on Monday received 100 hospital beds and mattresses through the Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry's private sector COVID-19 response initiative. The beds were all broken hospital beds from the Katutura State Hospital that were piled up outside the hospital, which have now been repaired through a collaboration between Hangala Constructions, B2 Gold, Pupkewitz Namibia and Procon. Speaking at the handover, the hospital's medical superintendent thanked the private sector for their generosity, saying the assistance that the private sector has conferred to the ministry through this initiative in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, including the donation of oxygen tanks that were and are still to be received, has been critical and life-saving. Accelerated efforts are underway to fast-track the manufacturing of coffins locally, as Namibia spends at least 30 million Namibian dollars a year to produce coffins from neighboring South Africa. Minister of Industrialization and Trade, Lucia Ipumbu, said government has set up a technical committee spearheaded by the National Planning Commission to assess the need and country capacity in terms of coffin manufacturing. The committee is expected to make a final determination and submission of the financial resource envelope in supporting businesses and developing the local industry. She said the minister is also busy assessing the capability of the economy to manufacture coffins locally. The Deputy Minister of Education expressed concern over the possible adverse psychological effects of the prolonged holidays on learners forced to stay at home because of escalating cases of COVID-19. Speaking to NAMPA, she said they fear that the current rise in COVID-19 deaths will leave many children orphans and unable to return to school, while those who manage to return will need counseling and psychological support. The German organization AGDS and the German Embassy announced the provision of scholarships for BA education students. This comes due to a lack of qualified teachers, which is one of the main challenges faced by the Namibian education system. For many years, the organization has provided scholarships to Namibian students studying for a Bachelor of Education for primary and secondary school. In return, the students commit to teach at an AGDS school for a few years after the completion of their studies. The organization is an umbrella organization for school associations, which represents schools in Namibia where German is taught as a first language. Head over to our website for more news. Welcome back, viewers. Today I'm talking to Carol Jean here from Joe's Beerhouse. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Good morning. Welcome for coming here out on a chilly morning.
It is chilly today.
Yeah.
Quickly tell us, how old is Joe's Beerhouse?
Very ironic. This year it's the 30th anniversary. We were going to have a big party, but with these times you can't plan ahead. We'll see what happens in November when the due date is.
Okay, and Joe's is iconic. If someone comes from South Africa or abroad, they have to come to Joe's. What is it like knowing that you're a tourist attraction?
Well, we feel very proud. This place, as you just mentioned, has been in existence for 30 years, so it's built up a reputation over all the years. When COVID started, we were quite concerned and thought that we wouldn't make it because we thought we were only relying on tourists. Of course, it's our main market, but the locals, I thank everybody, have been supporting us very well over this time. But what's funny, the few tourists that are still here now, they come knocking on our door and they are very disappointed because they may not sit down to dinner, and some of them are really stranded if their guest house only offers breakfast. So yeah, we thought we found a solution to help them with that, which we will be talking about.
Yes, you started the Roadhouse, and I think it's new for Namibia, and it's a fun initiative to actually get your clients to still come and enjoy a meal and maybe a cold beer or something nice. Tell us more about the Roadhouse.
The Roadhouse is not our invention, certainly not, and I've been accused, why doesn't Namibia come up with their own authentic ideas? Everybody's doing it in South Africa, but the irony is that I had an Indian friend who unfortunately recently died of COVID, but he sent me a video where an Indian restaurant was doing it, and this was like more than a month ago, and I was looking at it and I thought, wow, not bad. And then we got into lockdown and I thought, well, this is it, because the first lockdown we had, we were actually quite surprised or quite active in the beginning, because we decided to do deliveries where everyone is allowed to do takeaway, and we found other restaurants and worldwide that people didn't really make use of that. So taking the initiative of taking the food out there was helping a little bit, but again, when the next lockdowns, everyone else caught on, and then the market, was spread. And I don't begrudge anyone doing their thing. And then this time around, I knew already that the deliveries takeaway is not going to be hectic. So we tried our best to be very adaptive and quick on this one. And I must say it's taken off quite well, especially on social media. It really went viral. I didn't expect it. And then over the weekend, a lot of people made use of it, and comments like saying, at least we can come out, at least we can do something. And for some it was really a novelty, and for some it's like a down memory lane, because years back we used to have a restaurant called Mikado, and they did this kind of thing. So it's been around, but of course with these times or over the years it wasn't funny, and I'm sure it's going to die down again when lockdown is lifted. But we're doing the best we can at the moment.
But it's important to be relevant, and yes, take an idea from someone else, but make it your own.
Well, it's about survival. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone copies everyone, especially when it's about survival. Yeah, but in normal times, you come up with a brilliant idea and it gets copied. That's life. I mean, that's normal for me. It's just a solution to a problem. Of course, it's not enough, far from, but at least we keep going.
And let's just be honest. Everyone has been hit by COVID, but we can't deny the fact that our restaurants and our tourism sector is really suffering from this lockdown.
Certainly, because it keeps on going. Everyone else is sort of allowed to continue, but we struggle because of the curfew, which has been going on forever. And then the alcohol restrictions, now not even Friday, Saturday. Yes. We've been knocked the whole time. It is, if I say unfair, it's relatively speaking.
Thank you so much for your time, and good luck, and I will definitely come and take my family, and we are definitely coming to support this Beerhouse that you started.
Thank you very much. We appreciate this opportunity, and of course, you're most welcome.
Viewers, we will be back shortly. And for today's life hack, rotate your children's toys. This is probably one of the best life hacks for moms with toddlers. We all know toddlers lose interest in toys super quickly. They play with something every day for a week and then they never want to see it again. Have 3 medium-sized bins of toys and rotate it weekly or every second week, and that way your children won't get as bored. Next up, Jeanette Diergaard for our Flex Minute.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Flex Minutes. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex Now. Today I'm with Brandy, my baby, and my baby is sitting in a chair, but it's actually a pram, so this is all make-believe. So we are going to do a workout with the pram and the baby. So now, when you go out for a run, or not necessarily a run, but when you take the baby out, let's say you want to do warm-up or workout, we are going to start with a leg lift. So lift your leg and stretch to the side. So really bring it in and stretch. So you want to still tuck in your belly button into the spine and bring up your leg and point your toe outwards. And then obviously we will do it on the other side as well. And now we're going to do some calf raises. So normally you have the wheels on the pram, but to prevent that it will go forward, there's the clip thingy. So let's say the clip thingy is on, and now we're going to do some calf raises. So we're going to do some calf raises. So this is just for extra support. You can obviously do it without having support, but it helps as your calves get tired, because yes, it might look easy, but you will definitely feel it the longer you do it. So if it's too easy for 30 seconds, then do it for a whole minute and constantly increase. And now we're going to do some squats, but with this squats we're going to go on the balls of our feet. So that's why it's always nice to have support when you do these squats. So go down and up. So still, belly button into the spine, and we're going to stay on the balls of our feet and go into a deep squat. Remember, whatever squat works for you. If you're a natural narrow squatter, then you go narrow, and if you're a wide squatter, then you can have your legs pointed outwards and your feet pointed outwards, and then you go down. So whatever feels comfortable and natural. That was it from me, and that was the last of Brandy. Hopefully we'll see her again. But that brings us to the end of this Flex Minutes. I will see you in the next one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I have for you for today. Please come and visit Joe's Beerhouse and support a local Namibian company. I will see you again tomorrow. Be safe.